The old Jack Russell lay in the summer sunshine, just inside the kitchen doorway, pretending to be asleep. I knew from past experience he wasn't, though. If you went to step over him, he had a habit of growling and then clamping his jaws on your lower leg mercilessly. I tried shouting out to see if anyone was about. Nothing. They were all watching the telly in the back room. I'd pedalled the rally chopper round to my friend's house after school for our customary Tuesday visit for tea. Always Tuesdays, never a Monday, or you got landed with bubble and squeak. The family lived just off the main road out of town, about a 2-minute bike ride from our house. The cottage was old and stood in about 3/4 of an acre of land. My friend's parents kept various animals and grew or reared most of what they ate. It was something of a culture shock to me when I first started going there, like stepping back in time to a different way of life. Our mums had got chatting in the school playground, and mine started giving them a lift back up the hill when she collected me. Sometimes, in the summer time, we all got a mini milk lollipop as a treat, which was always a bonus. There were pets to play with, like rabbits and gerbils, a friendly ram called Lambo, and an orphan chicken, Hetty Hen, who lived in the kitchen. But there were other, less friendly animals too, not least the previously mentioned Jack Russell known as Rip the dog. It was bad enough he would bite and growl, but if you went anywhere in their old mini car with them, he sat in the back window, stinking the car out with rancid farts. There were two ferrets in a cage that you were not to put your fingers near ever. Their home was next to the pet rabbit's hutch, whom always looked somewhat startled. Thinking about it now, so would you look bloody startled if two bloodthirsty murderers were moved in next door? My first blast of rural reality came when I arrived there one Sunday afternoon, just after lunchtime. My friend's little sister was sat crying on the wall. I asked her what was wrong, and through the snot she managed to indicate Hetty Hen, pointing at a bucket, inside which was some bloody goo, a severed chicken's head, and 2 feet. Sunday's tea was chicken sandwiches, but I excused myself, saying I couldn't stay, as my mum wanted me home before bullseye started. When I went there, we played in the woods at the back of their cottage, making tree houses, building dens, and doing survival. Though not after dark, despite my friend being 3 years older than me, he was still frightened of the Sasquatch that his dad had told him lived in the woods and only came out at dusk. We made up little life-saving tins and carried them everywhere. These consisted of an old tobacco tin, inside of which were matches and a piece of sandpaper sealed in a bag, some boiled sweets for energy, a needle and thread in case of damage to our clothes or kit, and a penknife, some antiseptic cream and plasters, finally a pen with no innards in it. So if we were choking, an emergency tracheotomy could be done. God knows who would perform that, though. Later, his dad let us make a den out of an old wooden chicken house on wheels that had been used for the hens. We had lights powered by an old car battery and a little brick fireplace with a chimney. Baked beans were cooked over it, and we kept lovely and warm in the winter time. Some years later, when we were all at the high school, that same fire was used to dry out a carrier bag full of Playboy and Penthouse magazines my friend and his mates supposedly found on the cross-country run. Apparently, they were in a hedge down the lanes and obviously tossed out of a car. We dried them all out and were investigating them further for several evenings after school until his dad came in and discovered them. My friend told him it was me that had brought them round, the bastard. His dad banned me from visiting them for ages. All I can say is, Terry, if you're reading this, it wasn't me, the lying little sod. Hello. If you've enjoyed my autobiographical short story and would like to hear more, please subscribe to my channel. It really means a lot. Thank you. Take care.